Hi, thanks so much for joining us for another episode of What Is It Wednesday. We really hope you're enjoying this series as a viewer and learning a lot about local history and about the Clinton County History Center's museum and the objects we have available to see here. As a reminder, I'm Shelby. I'm the director of the museum, and for today's What Is It Wednesday, we are actually featuring two objects. We are featuring these portraits behind me, as well as this beautiful cabinet, corner cabinet behind me as well. So you might ask, who in the world are these two individuals in this photo? These people are Sarah and Issac Harvey. They were from Clinton County, and they were Quakers, or the Society of the Friends. So if you've watched our previous episodes, you might have learned a little bit about the Society of the Friends, but if not, we'll give you a quick brush up. The Society of the Friends often migrated from the Carolinas as well as the New York area to escape either war or slavery. They did not believe in either, and just were really a peaceful religious organization. And they often came to Ohio to settle, or even Indiana. Clinton County actually has a pretty active community of Quakers or Society of the Friends currently. And if you know much about Wilmington College, that was also founded by the Society of the Friends. But Sarah and Issac were farmers. Issac owned about 200 acres of land in what is Adams Township in Clinton County. And they really had a compelling belief that people should not own another human being, that they should not have slavery in the country, and they were very pro-abolition. Issac actually went down south and kind of saw the horrors of owning other people, of slavery, and then came home and really felt compelled actually by the Lord to go to meet Abraham Lincoln and to kind of plead the case of we need to end slavery. And we actually have the story of their visit with Abraham Lincoln thanks to a story written by Nellie Blessing-Eyster, who actually printed the story in Harper's Monthly Magazine in September of 1870. And while the story might be embellished to an extent, we're not sure if they visited Abraham Lincoln in 1861 or 1862, which would have been right before Emancipation was signed. But either way, we do have record and proof that they did go. So Issac and Sarah decided to go visit Abraham Lincoln after writing a couple representatives and kind of pleading his case. He wanted to go meet the president. And they traveled across from Ohio to Washington, D.C., and the story kind of goes that they got off the train and mysteriously ran into Solomon P. Chase, which was the Secretary of the Treasury. He was actually from Ohio, but was, obviously serving in D.C. as Secretary of the Treasury. So did they run into him, or did they write him? The story's a little vague, but either way, they did run into him, did get to meet with Mr. Chase. And he ended up getting a meeting with Abraham Lincoln for Issac and Sarah. And they met with Abraham Lincoln for half an hour. They pled their concerns. So if you're familiar with Quakerism, you have praises and concerns, and you're expressing, what is really bothering you. So they were able to bring their concerns to the President of the United States on slavery and their just absolute belief that abolition should be enacted upon and that slavery must end. They met with him for half an hour, and then they asked Abraham Lincoln to provide a minute for their meeting. So if you're familiar with the Society of the Friends, churches are actually called meetings. They're not churches. And they wanted to take a minute, which was just basically a piece of paper saying that this is what we did, and this is proof that we saw President Abraham Lincoln. And they were provided that, and that was brought back to their meeting and reported upon, saying that they did get to meet with the president. Unfortunately, years later, that meeting minute was destroyed. It was lost and completely destroyed. So we do not have a copy of that, regrettably, but we do have the story from Miss Nellie Blessing-Eyster, and just, really interesting historical context that two people from Clinton County could go meet the President of the United States at that time. Obviously before there was a lot of security and before the assassination, unfortunately. And, that they were Clinton Countyans and that they got to go kind of speak their truth and share their feelings. So the portraits here are of Sarah and Isaac. The accession number is 2013-032, and it was given by Miss Mariah Probasco. So we acquired this in 2013. And then the cabinet that is actually behind me is Sarah and Isaac's cornered cupboard, which would have came out of their home. And the accession number is a 1991-145. So again, we know the value of an accession number and being able to document what that object is. And we really hope you guys enjoyed this story and learning a little bit more about Clinton County history. To learn more about the Clinton County History Center's museum, you can visit our website, clintoncountyhistory.org, or follow us on social media at Clinton County History. Tune back in next week as we feature another object that's probably going to be even more interesting than this one. We really hope you guys are enjoying what we're doing. Make sure you share and like our videos and tell your friends all about it. We are open for tours Fridays and Saturdays for the 2021 season. Sarah and Isaac are currently on display, so if you want to come see them, make sure you take a tour and stop on by. Bye, guys.